Hello, and it's time once again to return to Waterworld. Today we're going to look at two more figures. I thought we'd start with the Wave Ripper with Warrior Mariner. So it's actually a figure with a vehicle. So he's quite a large blister, hard to get the whole thing in the frame. It looks like they just took a picture of the actual figure on the vehicle and just ran it through a Photoshop filter or something to kind of make it look painterly. It's a really odd effect, since all the seams and everything are present, but I guess it's some truth in advertising there. You can see at one point these were 3 for $10. Ouch. The back of the card's not any different from the others, so we'll skip that. But my favorite part of this whole package, is right here. Not intended for water use. That's right. Don't take your Waterworld toys in the tub. So he came out of the package pretty solidly affixed to his Wave Ripper. So I figured I shouldn't be the one to separate him after all these years. It's kind of an interesting design. It's kind of got this futurist kind of turbine on the front mixed with what looks like an engine block that's been attached to it with giant exhaust and mufflers. So again, I think it's very in line with the Waterworld kind of aesthetic. Fish look to it, I guess, and the box said to pull these wings out as wave wings or something. So okay, yeah, these pull out and deploy. It's kind of got a hydrofoil type thing going on. Yeah, there's no real stop to these to know which angle to use, but yeah, I guess it's supposed to be like a hydrofoil type action since it actually lifts up when they're fully out like this. You can see there's some detailing on the wings. They're kind of look like they're made out of beat up metal. It's kind of imperfect and warbly, which is a nice touch. You can also move the fin around on a ball joint, I guess, to pretend like it's steering. He's pretty light on accessories, but he does come with these kind of forked harpoon things that go in the front of the Wave Ripper itself. And he comes with this very small kind of pistol / submachine gun, maybe. I'm just marveling at the amount of restraint they showed with this accessory because it's not a gun the size of his leg. So I was just looking at the figure, which is, you know, pretty decent. Not quite as detailed as the last Mariner we looked at. From what I can tell, he is a kit bash of existing Mariners. He's Power Bow Mariner on the top and Bullet Attack Mariner's pants. So the forked trident goes right in the front of the craft, and it says you actually pull on the handle that the figure holds to fire it. So I guess we just make him lean back. No, that's not quite enough. Oh yeah, you just pull his hand and he shoots. And next we have Deacon with disc firing helmet and mutant hunter shark. So this is Dennis Hopper's character, who's the big bad guy in the movie, the leader of the smokers. His disc firing helmet looks like more of a backpack to me. So here's Deacon himself. He's got all sorts of self-appointed medals, I'm sure. He's pretty much 100% made of stitching, except on the back. Whoa, the back is surprisingly doesn't have nearly as much going on as the front. I think that's one of the strangest pants assemblies I've ever seen. He's kind of got some proportion issues. It seems like his head seems a little big while his waist is like frighteningly thin. But I do think it is a decent likeness for Dennis Hopper. Here's his gummy mutant hunter shark. There's all kinds of teeth going on. He's also got this very large shotgun, which is using a human skull as a buttstock there. Pretty grim. And it's actually got 4 barrels, so it's many shotguns taped together. Pretty awesome. Quad-barreled skull stock shotgun. I think he wins for best accessory yet. Now this thing is, I don't even know. This thing is interesting. It's kind of a mess. Yeah, I guess you put it on and he flips it up like this to have this enormous disc shooter. I don't know, there's just not a whole lot of shape to it. Got some techno junk all over it. This one I'm not familiar if it's from Jurassic Park or another Kenner toy. So if you know where this may have came from, I'd love to know in the comments, please. And it comes with these 2 discs to fire. So here's the Deacon with all his accessories at once. It was actually very easy to get his backpack on because of his extremely slim waist. You can see there's plenty of wiggle room in there. So, you know, don't buy a bigger size of shooter. You'll just grow into this one. Due to the weight and enormity of his backpack, he can't stand with it on his own, of course, without pitching him way forward to compensate. It's supposed to flip up like this. And if you notice, it has like an optical sight on it, which goes right over his eye with the eye patch. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be a joke or not, but if it was, well played, Kenner. So we've got the Wave Ripper here set up as a target. We'll see what his disc shooter does. Not a whole lot of power behind him, but it is nice that you can load two at once. And I gotta say, they make a really satisfying click when you load them. Yeah. The Mariner is unfazed. So there's Warrior Mariner and his trusty Wave Ripper and Deacon. Not much to say about the Wave Ripper Mariner. I think the other Mariners with the more accessories are a lot more interesting than this vehicle. It's just kind of a brown, kind of slug looking thing, and I guess it's pretty fun that you can pull the wings out and like pretend that it's raising up on the water, which is interesting, but you know, definitely not a priority to get in this line if you're looking to collect it, I think. Deacon is a great likeness, has an amazing shotgun. The rest of his stuff is just kind of whatever, kind of gimmicky shooter things. I don't know, they both have decent detail on them. I think I'm more excited about other characters in the line than these two, which is kind of a bummer because he's the head honcho of the bad guys, and he's just kind of he looks so small and strange with a giant head. So, well, thanks for watching, and we'll continue working our way through Waterworld, and we'll see how long I can put off pulling that enormous boat out of its box. I really want to see how giant this thing is when we get it out. So until then,